Hi all, tarot friends. It is Sunday, June 2nd, and I am doing yet another unboxing. And as you can see, this is not a new tarot. It's been out for a couple of years anyway. And this is one that I was following long before it got published. The Star Tarot by Cathy McClelland, and I have been just dying to get this deck. And then it came out, and there were all kinds of terrible reports about lousy cardstock and peeling laminate, and I held off for a really long time to get the deck because I kept hoping that Schiffer would reissue the deck in a better printing and a better version that didn't have all these issues, and that doesn't look like it's going to happen. So I had a little extra money, gift money, and I thought, all right, I'm gonna take a chance on it and see what happens, and hopefully this one won't be too bad. I lucked out with the Visconti Madrone that just came out. I didn't have any issues with that one, so I'm hoping the tarot gods will bless me with a good copy of this one. You know, stranger things have happened, right? So I have actually gone ahead and sliced the plastic so I don't have to struggle with that on camera. But I wanted to get it open and take a look at it just in case it's really bad and I decide to return it. You know, you only have so much time to return to Amazon. I mean, I've got till the end of the month, but who's going to sit around and wait a month to look at a new tarot deck, right? Especially one that may have problems. So let's go ahead, and I tell you this, I'm opening this with no small amount of trepidation. I'm so hoping this thing is halfway decent. Oh, it's a beautiful box. That's really nice. Let's hope they, oh, look at that. Little ribbon hinged. It's got beautiful illustration inside. I assume that's Cathy there working on one of the illustrations. And nice book. And I have not actually seen any unboxings of this deck. I haven't looked at any of them. I've just seen the reviews on Amazon and people going completely off the deep end, you know, screaming shame, shame on you, Schiffer, and just, so I just was so hesitant to get this deck, knowing all the potential problems it could have. Is they, you know, the way it was described is they were unusable, that the cardstock was so poor. Doesn't look like there's anything in the way of spreads included in the deck, just a lot of information on the cards, which is lovely. I always like a book that goes into a little more depth. I mean, if you're going to put a book like this together, put some meat into it. Symbolism in the image. So this looks like a pretty hefty book there. It's very nice. Preface, forward by Mary Kay Greer. So let's get down to brass tacks here and see if my, did I turn that one off? Turn that light off. Yeah, that's better. I can't stand that glare. Oh my God. Oh, here we go. Here we go. So nervous. Okay, well, it's a beautiful Fool. The artwork in this, like I said, I've been watching this deck taking shape for years, waiting for it to get published. That one, Fool, looks good. Oh, the beautiful Magician. Whoops, sorry. Just a teeny weeny bit right there I can see. This High Priestess is just glorious. I want that in like a huge poster. Yeah, we got a little chipping right there. I don't know if I can focus that closely. Alright, it's not terrible yet. Look, a little scratch on this one. Back seems okay. There's some weird little like scratches on the front of the cards. Like something raked over them. They're not deep, and I guess I can just ignore them. This is so beautiful. I mean, this artwork is just not terrible, not terrible. I can see where, there's some areas that may get worse as time goes by. It's like you can kind of see it lifting a little bit at the corner here. But I've seen reviews on Amazon. One of the reviewers put up a couple of pictures, and there were like huge chips of the laminate coming off. Oops, sorry. Do we look at that? Lots of scratches across the front of the cards. I don't know. This can be hard to see. I can kind of see it right there. Just across, just above where that light is. Oh, that's beautiful. Wow. There's a little scuffing. I can ignore that. Kind of hard to see. Oh, there it is. You can see. I don't know what this stuff is. I mean, this has got to be one of the most beautiful decks ever done. I've just been... Just, you can kind of, I don't know if it's from the cutting process. A lot of the corners kind of look like they're lifting up the laminate. It's like coming up in the back. This one looks okay in the front. God, that's gorgeous. "12 cards in, so far so good." Not really. The cardstock to me is, it's pretty standard. I mean, I've certainly seen worse. I don't know what people were expecting with this. I think there's just a little bit of a curl up in the laminate from the cutting process, maybe. Kind of hard to, I don't know. I don't want to waste a lot of time on it. And so far, so good. That's very Thoth. That is an amazing card. Back seems okay. cards are looking kind of purplish in the borders on my camera screen here. They really are a very dark blue though. I think it's just the lighting in here. You can see it's very shiny laminate though. You just have to live with it. Thought I felt something. I guess it's okay. Oh yeah, got a little chipping there. That's too bad. Oh well. I guess it was too much to hope for, just knowing, yeah, and here. I wonder if I trimmed the borders off, if the laminate would stop peeling or if it would make it worse. That is very thought. What am I doing? This is neat. It's got all the zodiac signs going around. It's the Six of Wands. Sorry if I'm not getting them all in frame. Kind of half looking through the camera and half looking around it so I can see it with my own eyes instead of through the camera lens. That's very cool. Just a teeny weeny bit there in the corner. I was actually watching somebody else's video the other day, and they were talking about the terrible card stock on a deck that they backed through Indiegogo, and she was showing how bendable it was. I mean, it was just like paper. Oh yeah, we got a little bit there. Come on. So far it's not terrible. So anyway, about the cardstock, this is nothing like that. It's definitely got more body than that. It's much thicker than that. Okay. Okay, so that's about halfway. They seem to be cut okay. It's nice and even. I don't know if that was an issue for anybody else. Maybe a little bit off there. Definitely not as bad as I was fearing, at least not yet. Let's see the rest of them. Seeing something peeking out the bottom there. I don't know what's going on there. It's okay. Well, so far it's just a couple of cards had the scuffing on the front, and a few of them just have a little bit of chipping in the laminate on the back, but not as bad as some that I saw. I'm sure if you've been interested at all in this deck, you either have one or you've seen the reviews online. Yeah, looks like it's kind of bubbling up along the edge here. Kind of see. Again, it's not as bad as one of the ones I saw. I mean, it was just really egregious. And a little bit right up there at the top. Of course, I'm paying, 5 times as much attention to this deck as I normally would, just because I want to see if I got a decent copy. So far, it's, nothing else leaps out at me. It's definitely, I would say it's definitely a usable deck. Oh, there's something that was sticking out the bottom. Oh. This was it. Got a little, bit of the laminate kind of sticking out there. Didn't quite get cut. So, that's easy enough to fix, though. I was just wondering what it was. Oh, this one's got like a dent in it. Can you see there? The light catches it. Okay, that's annoying. God, what do they do to these things when they're printing them? Who did they use? So far, that's the only one like that. Oh well. I guess you should use them, although I'm pretty OCD about keeping all my decks and cards as pristine as possible. I mean, I've got some really old decks that you would not believe how old they are because they are in such good condition still. I'm very careful with my cards. These things are not cheap, and you don't want to have to keep replacing them, so. Yeah, a little bit of chipping. Laminate's kind of peeking up there. This one seems to have a little bit of a dent in the middle of it too. It's not quite as obvious though. Yeah, this one's got it too. What the heck did they do to these things? Run them over with a steamroller? See that? Come on, Schiffer. Yeah, this one's got a nice line right across the middle of it. You see that? Dang. And across the back, you can see it. Yep, this one too. See it there? Just below where the light is. Good Lord. Yeah, this one too. Well, I guess they have no intention of recalling the defective decks and replacing them. Yeah, this one's got the line too. Are they printing these in somebody's basement? Jesus. Yeah, this one too. Let's see. There. Yeah, this one. And this one. Yeah, it looks like this whole stack got that line through it. It's just like a depression, like somebody ran something across it and made a little indentation. Ugh. This one's got a bump in it too. Right there. I think it dropped off a truck or something. This one seems okay. Oops. Yeah, and had just a little bit of a blister in the laminate at the top on the back. Oh. Forgot to silence my phone. Oops. Wow. Alright, that'll come off, whatever that is. Oh, goodness. I just couldn't wait any longer to get this deck. I just been waiting years for it. Decided to risk it. Be nice if Cathy could get the rights back and take it to a different publisher. If Schiffer keeps going this way, they're just going to go under, because I'm not going to keep buying their decks if they're going to keep putting this out. And I saw another, there was an Oracle deck on Ethany's channel the other day, and it had all kinds of issues too. It was badly cut. There was, again, it was split into the two piles, and one pile was cut differently than the other, so when you put them together you could see one was shorter than the other. So it's not like this deck was just their one problem deck. I don't know who's doing the quality control there, but so not too much trouble with the laminate. I'm actually more concerned about the little dents or depressions in the cards. I can't even imagine how that happens. But overall, I guess it's livable. Oh, I guess these things just come out if you don't like them. Not a fan of this style of splitting the deck in two like this. I mean, it's a beautiful presentation. I realize, you know, it's hard to get a book this size if you're going to do a box set like this. I mean, I guess there's really no other way to do it, but... So, excuse me. There is my Star Tarot. I hope this thing has been recording this whole time, because this is really weird. It seems to be counting down. I don't know how long this video is going to be. So that's the Star Tarot by Cathy McClelland. And Cathy, if you happen to see this, not that I think she will, the artwork is spectacular. It is everything we all hoped for. I'm just sorry that Schiffer had so much trouble. I mean, this one, I guess it's not as bad as some of them that are out there, but it's still kind of disappointing. I've never had a deck come with those kind of dents and depressions in before. So, but I will use it. I'll decide later if I want to trim the borders off or leave it as is. I don't think they don't annoy me quite as much as some other people. You know, I don't dislike them as much as other people do. At least not yet. We'll see. It may get to the point where I want to take them off. But anyway, I'll be putting this up later on this week, and hopefully you enjoyed seeing this. And you know, if you want to take a chance on getting yourself a copy, I guess it's too much to hope for that everything would be perfect, but there we are. So anyway, I hope everybody is having a good week, and wish you all blessed be, and take care, and we will talk to you soon, and thanks for watching.